Okay, it looks like we are live. Hey, how you all doing? My name is Ty, and I am the owner of Evolve. The full name is Evolve Tints Incorporated. Just keep it simple, we go by Evolve. How y'all doing? I got a 2019 Chevrolet Corvette here in the shop, and we're going to do some 3M ceramic window tinting. We're doing the window tint with 3M ceramic 30 for the front doors and for the back windows here. And then for the back window, the liftgate window, right, we're going to do some 3M's ceramic 35. No, sorry, 25. So 35 for the fronts and the sides, 25 for the rear. All 3M ceramic IR. Special request, because I am mainly a SunTech guy, and I'm going to be a SunTech guy as long as, you know, they keep taking care of me. But 3M, you know, 3M is 3M. A lot of people want 3M specifically, so I'll cater to those types. I don't discriminate, right? Sale is a sale, and 3M is a great product as well. It's 3M, right? Of course. SunTech is a great product too. It's kind of like comparing a Ferrari, okay? A Ferrari would be what SunTech is, whereas 3M is like a Rolls Royce, right? Both of them are incredible cars, but one is worth way more than another. That's how it is. So I'm doing this episode. This is the very first one, essentially, called Tinting with Ty. Keep it simple. Why not? The idea here is we're going to do some window tinting. We're going to showcase videos of just car installations. Have a good time. You know, have some good conversations. Perhaps some of you in the chat would like to chime in. I'm going to check the chat every now and again. If there is something, we're going to say, hey. We're going to respond to you guys. And yeah, like I said, we're just going to have some fun. So I got a little ahead of myself. I got things cut out, and then I thought to myself, why don't I do a live stream? You know, so here we are. We're doing a live stream, and we're going to do the install. Let me turn you around and show you my cutouts here. In fact, let's move you more in position here. Yeah. So as you can see, that's the cutouts for the sides, for the roll-up windows, and for the back side windows. What I need to do is shrink the film. Let me just swing this around here. And what I like to do is called a pocket shrink. So everything here is all dry. And what I do is I pick, get my finger underneath, and I'm pulling down, and then I start to just let my heat just go over top of that. Let's see what this is doing. It's creating a pocket and shrinking it all down. And what this is going to do is ensure that when I install it, there's not going to be any fingers popping up. Sometimes what you can do even, you just pick a corner here from my heat gun, pick a corner, and you kind of start just shrinking outward this way. See how I started the curve? That's one thing you can do as well, but I like to do the pocket. So your finger in there, pull, and let's let the heat do its work. Oh yeah. So that shrunk a little bit better than the other one. Maybe I give this one more. Actually, I think we're okay. Let's leave it as is. Obviously, we don't need to shrink these, so we're going to leave those alone. Oh yeah, anyone watching right now? No, but it's episode 1, and I'm doing this kind of on the fly. So I don't really expect anyone to watch right now, but I'm hoping that if any of you do tune in, it's great to have you, and if any of you watch this in the future, I mean, that's great as well. So either way, I'm happy to have you. So now that everything is cut out, shrunk, I'm going to peel off the excess. You may not be able to see the excess right now, but I'll show you what the excess is. So I'm grabbing the end there, and I'm just kind of pulling that away. Look at that. Sometimes that's going to happen too. I also believe I have to change my blade, because I have a machine over there. It's a plotter, and it cuts out the window film for me. I just put in the year, make, and model into the computer, and then I just pick all this. Yeah, you know what? We got to do something kind of on the fly here. So I'm going to grab my sprayer. We're going to give this a quick spray. We're going to rotate this around. This is going to make life a little easier for us. So look, we're picking this, and we're picking that. So yeah, we have to get rid of this excess now. Oh no, I just cut right into that. See, that's going to happen sometimes. So that's scrap now. I'll just cut out another piece. This was the driver's side, right there. Let's see what happens with this piece. Yeah, again, the same problem. Hopefully this one doesn't rip on us. If not, we're cutting another one on the fly, but I'll show you guys how we cut it. So maybe this is meant to be. Wow, what a... Yeah, I definitely got to change my blade. I definitely should, definitely not plan for this. Like I said, a Corvette came in and it's like, oh, we got to do something, right? So that's why I got the camera on, and here we are. But yeah, the first layer's coming off nicely. Okay, well, I can actually utilize this piece still. I just have to cut it. So let's see here. So our bottom, but that to cut and this to cut. Let me show you what I do. So I get a nice steady hand, and I just putting my knife against it. I'm usually pretty good that I can actually just follow along. I got a nice steady surgeon hand, so. I don't think I'm giving enough force, so I'm just going to do that, and we're going to put it at a nice angle. See, there we go. Don't want to get in the way, but I also need to cut this properly. But you see what I mean? Look at that. That's a perfect cut until we get to there, because I haven't cut there yet. Yeah, I got surgeon hands. What can I say? I've had some doctors, dentists see me do this, and they're like, wow, such a steady hand. And yeah, yes, I think in another world I was supposed to be a doctor. And then we're going to cut that. If I am in the way, I apologize. I don't got the money and the luxuries to have a crew. You know, all these guys got these YouTube and social media teams working for them. It's like, oh, special people, look at you. Me is just me. I don't get that kind of luxury, and that's fine. I don't need that luxury. I don't need to go throw thousands of dollars of money that doesn't belong to me to a cause to make me a YouTube star or make me a social media star. No, we're here just to do honest work. Showcase to the people what you can do, and we'll make some new friends while we're at it. There we go. Oh, got a piece there. See, things like this really slow you down, but hey, life happens, you know. Can't sit there and complain. You got to roll with the punches. Move on with your life. I think that's that one enough, apparently. That's the cut. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, we're back in business. Gonna spray that down. And we're gonna put this back. Okay, so now, like I said, I gotta recut a piece. So let's bring you over to my plotter, shall we? Oh yeah, so here's my plotter. Yeah. And I'm pulling out the 3M film. You know it's 3M because the roll is red. Check it out, maybe you can see that, 3M. Let's see if I get the camera on the right spot. Well, you can see the 3M branding there. Either way, it's 3M, legitimate 3M. There's a lot of liars out there, let me just tell you that. People are like, yep, I'm selling you 3M, and it's something from China. Because the reality is, you can't tell. Look at this. Let me get this out of here. Like, if I rolled this out, would you be able to tell this is 3M? No. You have to have the trust in the right installer. And I am a guy you can trust because I have no reason to lie to you. When you provide honest, hard work, you create a reputation for that. And you know, people spread the word. They tell people, hey, this is an honest guy. This is the guy who's going to take care of you even in the long run. So yeah, let me pan over to my computer. As you can see, Streamlabs is going. When I go back here, I got my software. This is 3M software now. I used to use Core, but they screwed me on the pricing because I didn't buy enough film from them. So, I mean, it is what it is. But for me, this is free. So, just make sure I'm cutting out the right piece here. So that's the passenger side. So yeah, I want the driver's side. So yeah, I have the roll set up as a 40-inch there on the plotter, but it's gonna cut out a 20-inch roll. So it's the same thing at the end of the day. The machine is all set up for the cutout of the 20. So before I do that, let's go back here. Just gonna get my plotter all set up. In fact, we're gonna check the blade here. I may have to put a little bit more pressure into it. In fact, let's do this. We're gonna bring the needle over. I'm gonna roll it back over here, and then we're gonna just do some test cuts. So cut test number 1. I cut totally through it. Why? Okay, if we go there. I got to a point where I memorized different materials and different thicknesses where you got to put the needle. So I kind of guesstimate and then adjust from there. Let's see what we got here. So it didn't cut through, but it did cut the film. So I believe that's a good spot. So what I'm gonna do is, actually, we're fine there. We're gonna move that out. Put this back to its starting point. Get that out of the way. Hit that, and then now that I'm gonna just turn this on and turn this off because since I calibrated it, now I have to do a slow cut. I turn it off, turn it back on, now I have to go back into fast cut mode. I don't know why mode switched like that, but it does. So here we go. Just got a cutout. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we turn that off and we give this a cut. I'm at the wrong side, so this is a little uncomfortable. That's okay, for the sake of the video. So I got it cut out. Let's go back to the glass. Okay, so we're back at the glass board. And, okay, so you can see from there. What I gotta do is we're gonna weed out the pattern. So I'm gonna just mount this here. Cut the bottom. Good thing I paid attention to that. Let's move that over a bit. And then we cut. Okay. I like to leave a little bit of space so it hangs. You'll see what I mean. Okay. I see what I mean by having that excess because I mean, sometimes it could just fall on you or something. Now I can just do this. Get that, boom, ready to go. So now I gotta shrink this one. So I'm gonna take my sprayer, take the film, we're gonna pull that there, let it just gently drop. You gotta be very careful. You're gonna spray it, spray the glass. Place that like so. So just make sure that, okay, that is the passenger side. Sometimes it gets flipped around. Sometimes you have to make sure everything's correct. So yeah, we're good. Squeegee out the water. Okay. Now we'll go back at the heat gun and we'll do this all over again. Okay, so just in case it's wet, just dry it up. Get your hip tool under here. My platinum easy reach. Pull, and then start shrinking. Perfect. Look, it's giving us the finger. How dare you? Okay. Just putting the gun off to the side. Is anyone watching? So far, no. Actually, I don't even know. Maybe there are people watching. It doesn't tell me. Viewers and whatnot, so I don't know. Are there anybody watching out there? Any viewers? Where's my chat box? This would be a chat box. Here it is. Anywho, we're still trying to figure all this stuff out. I better get started on the installation. So, like I said, everything's cut out. We gotta peel back the excess here. Now that I actually tested the plotter a second time, this time everything should just come off smoothly. And look, it still didn't. Isn't that hilarious? And you saw me test it out and everything was good, and it still did it. So, here we go. Plotters can be funny sometimes. It's supposed to make your life beautiful. Sometimes this is what happens. Okay. So we're going to pull upward in case, because I was pulling downward and it ended up ripping on the other one. So we're going to pull up. Things like The Simpsons. No, dig up, stupid. We're going to pull away is what we're going to pull away. So, oh, I got one here. So it's relatively a decent cut, but as I say that, we get problems. So the bottom did not cut too well. So yeah, this is definitely a plotter thing, but it's also a blade thing. So I was hoping my blade would be fine. That was just the calibration. That's fine. Just have to get a new blade on the next one. Okay, so there we go. Sorry, ladies and gents, I got a hairball in my throat. We got some coffee. Okay. Now, let's get this properly set up. There we go. So now what we gotta do too is prep the back window. So let's carry you guys over here. Here's the back window, as you can see. If this tripod would work. There we go. Stuffy in here. Allergies are kicking in, even though I don't really have allergies. So yeah, as you can see, this is the back window. And what we're gonna do is, we're gonna shrink in that one. I got a towel that's covered with soap. What I'm gonna do is I'm just wiping it on here. Can't really see the soap. That's fine, you don't need to see it. The reason we're doing this is to put a layer on top of the window. See, now the camera's in the way. There we go. Dirty up the glass a little bit now because we're gonna clean it all up after. So now we just have to let that dry. While we let that dry, let's go ahead and turn the camera to the install on this window here. Let me try something here. Let me get you a little closer. While that dries up, we're going to do this window right here. We'll open the door and we'll grab the piece we need. See? That's the piece that goes there. What do we need to do first? We need to clean and prep the glass. I'm going to grab a few tools off camera here. Okay, so I got two squeegees, a soft squeegee and a hard squeegee. They're both hard squeegees, but one's harder than the other. Make all the jokes you want. This is the film. And just your towels and your razor blade and your water. So first thing we're going to do is spray the glass. I'm gonna have to make some room here, so we have to pull the seat forward. Okay. I'm just gonna put my tools right here in the back. Got a little spot there. I'm gonna try to come in here and we're just gonna spray it. And we're gonna take our blade and we're just gonna razor blade everything clean. I dropped the blade. That's okay. Blade's right here. It's uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable. So yeah, here we go. Give it another squeegee. And then we're going to squeegee everything clean. There you go. I switch the angle sometimes. There we go. Now, spray it one more time. Grab your film, and I'm going to spray it off camera. But I'm spraying it and I'm peeling it. I don't want to do it in the camera because I'm just getting the car dirty. Okay, so I sprayed it in the air and we sprayed the backside. Now we're going to bring it in and let it fall into place. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to stick my head in, just double check the alignment. Oh, we got a spot right at the top there. Okay, perfect. So we got it in the right place. Now we're going to grab the black squeegee and we're squeegeeing down. There are stamps here in the glass. That's a good anchor point. So by doing that, it's going to make sure that nothing shifts on us. So I'm just going to go ahead and squeegee that all out. And there we go. It's good to go over it a couple times just to ensure you got all the air and all the moisture out. There we go. Now we can towel dry everything. All right. Now I'm kind of drying blindly, but I got the majority of it out, and I got my dry towel just to kind of buff it dry. I noticed a spot here. There we go, and there. Much better. Okay, that's one window down. I'm going to put the seat back into place. Does it have a memory? It does. Let's see what it does. Nope. Okay, we're just going to push it back. New car, what can I say? You haven't even sit in the seats yet, the memories. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so we're going to bring you around to the other side. We're going to literally do the exact same thing. So you know what? We'll keep you where you're at right now. I'm going to open up the door on the other side here. And we're just going to rinse and repeat over here. So. Okay. So now we're just going to do the exact same thing. What I got to do is get you guys into a better position. Toss that in the garbage. Let's bring you over to the other side, shall we? Give me a moment, I gotta get my wire. One-man production crew, ladies and gentlemen. It's all done by Ty, even his production. Rage Against the Machine's on the radio right now. The volume has to be low because of copyright issues, right? But I'll tell you, Rage Against the Machine's on in the background. 97.7 Hits FM, if anything. I'm listening to them, and they got Rage playing. Bulls on parade. Oh, that's hard to do, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, here we go. Get that all cleaned up. We'll give that a spray, and we're going to squeegee this one. Same as the other side. Do a little of that. Such a good song. I wish Rage Against the Machine did another album. But I mean, it's not up to me, it's up to them, right? Okay. I'm gonna go get the window film. Okay, so yeah, I got the film here. We're gonna go and spray the inside. Gonna spray the film. Maybe you see the reflection. Let's see. Can I do it so the reflection shows it? Let's see. I have no idea. Either way, I got the film here, and we're gonna install it. Oh, now we got the new Pretty Reckless. Okay, let me get in there and just double check. That's a good spot. Okay. Like I said, go on that stamp. because it's going to guarantee that it doesn't shift on you. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Sometimes you got to lean into that. There we go. Now you may be able to see some dot matrix lines here. That is normal. The reason for that is because the dot matrix are these dots that are in the glass, and it's pretty much pushing the film away from the glass, leaving these pockets. So right here is against the glass, but right here is not. So I mean, you could do that, but when you squeegee constantly like this, you're just creating this air, and that's kind of how it is. All brands seem to do it. So, you know, you let it be. Clients are not usually too concerned with that kind of stuff anyway. There we go. Okay, so we're done these two windows. Quarter window is complete. Let's go ahead and shrink the back window. Got my Tim Hortons coffee here. How do you guys drink your coffee? I drink it black. I'm like Marty Crane from Seinfeld, from Frasier. Marty Crane from Frasier. Coffee black, nothing fancy. That's me. I agree with you, Marty. Rest in peace, John Mahoney. Okay, so we're ready to do the back window. What we're going to do is get you into position. I'm also going to put the seat back. Okay, so the seat is back. We're good there. Now to lift you guys up a bit. Okay. One-man production crew, one camera. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put you in a way so you're not in my way and I'm not in your way. I think that works. Yeah. You know who has two thumbs and likes the way this looks? This guy. Okay, so let's get the window tint and place this in the right spot. So I got my roll here, already rolled up. I'm going to need this towel, and you'll see why in a moment. Okay, so yeah, I got the film here, rolled up, ready to go. Just make sure which side is which. Yep. And now we just place it on the glass. Now earlier, you saw me put, I put the, what do you call it? The towel on it just to dry everything up. To clean everything, but also put an invisible layer. Because see how this is sliding right now? That's what you want. If it's not going to slide, it's just going to stick. And if it's going to stick, it's not going to install properly. So, this is the first thing we do. I'm going to create an anchor point. So I like to come to the middle, right about there. We're just going to gently get your fingers under there. And we're going to do this. About 2 inches, maybe 3 inches. Just mount, oops, sorry, hit my microphone there. I'm just going to mount that there. Okay, now we're gonna come to this side and we're gonna try to lift the entire thing up about halfway. Yeah, so something like so. Grab your towel, find the middle, which is about here. I'm gonna put this in like a ball, and then we're just gonna put a line right there. See, this is just creating a mounting point. So that, and I think I may have went a little too high. No, we're okay. It's a relatively flat window anyway, so. Create a finger, didn't want that. If you have to do that, lift it up and then start just curving everything. There we go. Come back this way. And now let's do it again. There we go. Pull that down and pull that up. There we go. And now we're here. Let's just do this to create fingers for us to shrink out. See, look at that. We're just doing that. We're creating fingers so we can shrink them out. Oh, yeah. They don't all have to sit there perfectly right now because we're going to get rid of it and we're going to do it in a certain way. So let's grab our heat gun and get started. Okay, so I like to put the gun behind my back, let the cord. You don't want things to dangle and hit the car. So we're going to just gently lean over. And we're going back and forth with the heat gun, just pushing everything down and out. Creating new fingers and pushing that all out. That made us come up here, get into a better position. See, what we're doing here is we're trying to bring everything into the middle. So go to the bigger fingers, as I knock my hat off my head. And start pulling everything down. So by doing that, I'm ensuring that I can anchor this down. And then we go to these fingers here, and we just start bringing them down and out. And see, by creating these fingers, I'm actually allowing it to shrink evenly. Okay. So this is not, there we go. It's sticking a little too much, so you lift it up, let it set back down, reset everything by pushing things down, creating these new fingers. And then, yeah, let's rinse and repeat this. Look at that. We're going to do this, pull that down, shrink. And as we move the fingers, we continue shrinking those new fingers and we start creating something like so. There we go. As you can see, just go over it and eventually the heat just starts doing its thing. So now I could continue going, or I could stop, but I'm just going to finish just a little bit of it. So we're going to cut that off later. Not on the car though. We'll cut it on the glass board. Okay, so now that that's done, we go to the top. Do the same thing. Place that there. And we're creating fingers and we're shrinking fingers. It's finger shrinking good. Okay. Sometimes you can just rub your hand over it like that and see what you got to shrink. As long as I create new fingers by doing that. And then you move that around. While we're here now, let's go ahead and just push. We're not going to push all the way, we're just going to push to the top of those fingers. And we're creating new ones as we go. Okay, look at that, we're just going to let the heat do its thing. Start pushing all that up and out. Create those new fingers. Start pushing all that out. There we go, push that out, get some new fingers. There we go. Okay, so I got something right there. How do you fix that? Just lift the tint back up just a bit. There you go. And now push everything back down to that point. Okay. Okay, so I see it right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to isolate it. And we're just going to go over top it with the heat. And the heat is just going to allow it to shrink again, and it's gone. Okay, that's exactly what you want. Now I got something here too, so we're going to lift that up again. And we're just going to create a new finger. And we're going to shrink that out. Boom, done. Okay, let's go to the other side and do the same thing. You gotta be careful with the cord. You don't want to go smacking the car. That's just bad for everybody. Don't be that guy, ladies and gentlemen. Treat a car like it's your own car. If this were my Corvette, I'd be taking the greatest care of it. I'm sure you would too. So, you treat any car like it's your own. You take good care of it. Okay, so. Okay, let's leave it that way. There we go. So now we're just going to go over that. You can go in circles too if you like. I'm at a different angle now, so then you switch up how you shrink it. Put that down there. Yeah, we're doing the same idea. We're just kind of bringing everything up and out, create new fingers. I say create new fingers. Somebody at my door? Nope, no one's at my door. Until they knocked upon my door, quoth the raven, nevermore. It's Halloween season, and you know what that means? Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors. That's one of my favorite episodes. I like that one. When Bart's the raven. Quoth the raven, nevermore, 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 nevermore. And we are done. We shrunk it. You don't understand. There was shrinkage. Who's a Seinfeld fan, ladies and gentlemen? I'm a big Seinfeld fan. I had to make that joke. Oh, what do we got here? Sanitize? What? Oh, sanitized by Ghost. Can I put this up for a couple seconds? I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want this to get flagged or something. Okay, so it's 3:19. We're almost done here. We're gonna leave that film there for now because it's shrunk. It's ready to go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna install these two front doors. We're going to do that, and then we're going to come back and do the back window. So let's get into position, shall we? Oh, I know this song. It's probably the most I can play of that, I don't know. Man, they're playing a lot more Ghost than 97.7. And to Ash and the rest of the gang there at 97.7, thank you. An awesome choice. So, got the door open here. We're going to get you guys into position. Okay, so what we got to do is we got to rig the door. What does that mean? Well, on these Corvettes and on these coupes, let's get you in the right position here, shall we? So yeah, here we go. Let's get you a little closer. Maybe put you behind me. Yeah, you know, that's not too bad right there. Okay, so you guys are set up there. Let me get my tools. Okay, I'm set up. And now, like I said, we got to rig the door. So we're going to come over here. Let's see how I am. Hey, how you doing? So yeah, what we got to do is rig the door because it shifts when you open it and close it. So I take one of my pick tools, and you got to find the latch. Now, so here it's reversed. So the latch is in the door, or in the frame here. So we push it in. I guess on the other side, I'll show you that. But you push the latch inward, it raises it. And then when you go and open it, brings it right back down. So push that up, put that away. And what we're going to do now is make sure I don't hit the camera, but also make sure we clean everything. So I usually like cover this up, but there's a reason why I'm not doing that right now, because we got to clean it up and wipe it all down and keep it clean. In fact, where did my towel go? See, one-man production, you got to do everything. You forget things. But yeah, the reason I'm not covering it up, I actually ran out of covers. I usually have this thing you pull, you cover everything up. I ran out, forgot to stock up, and like I said, this video is just very impromptu, and it's like, just one of those situations. But that's fine. We're not saturating the door. It's just going to get a little wet. It's no different if your window or your door was open and it's raining. So yeah, we're just going to scrape the window clean with the razor blade. This is ensuring any dirt or anything that's stuck to the glass, that all of it's cleaned up and removed. So let me get into a bit of a rhythm. Boom. Like I said, we're constantly wiping, keeping things clean. Okay, put that there. Did I cut myself? I did not. Okay, so we're going to take our, this is what we want here. This is our yellow Conqueror. Like Conan the Conqueror. Was he the Conqueror? I know he was the Barbarian. But I also think he was the Conan the Conqueror. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm just wiping down the top edge, and then I'm putting my tool kind of into the crevice here, into the gasket, and I'm rubbing up against the top here. There we go. I'm trying to get as much of that clean. And the reason why we did the first swipe with the towel is to dry anything. Because if you wipe things down and things from here drip downward, it's not good. Dry that excess, remove it, and then continue on. So here we go. Continue on with the next swipe. And we just keep doing that until we get to the bottom. But then when we get here, this is where we have to just stick our tool into the gasket and just wipe one side to the other. Pretty straightforward. Oh, I just got that. See, sometimes you gotta be careful with your towel. All right, now we're gonna just spray inside. I'm gonna grab my yellow contour. So this is the contour, where that's the conqueror. This is like the Ford, the Contour. I wonder if anyone even remembers the Ford Contour. Not the greatest car or anything, but I mean, for families, I'm sure it was good. Did they discontinue that and make the Taurus? Is that what happened? I don't know. Nevertheless, we're going to spray the glass. We're going to wipe down. And it's fine if it gets a little wet because we're going to, like I said, we have an air gun. It's just going to blast all that water out. Keep it clean. So right now I'm at the glass board. See, this would be perfect. I had two cameras. We switch angles. But then again, somebody would have to be manning the computer. I don't mean that to be sexist or anything. A woman could do it too. Someone's going to be at the computer is what I'm saying, and I don't have anyone, unfortunately. But I do have my window film in my hands. And I'm walking towards the, here I'm back. Let's sit my big butt down, and we're going to just place this in the right position. So as you can see, it's frameless, so we don't actually have to worry about things. I see water dripping down here, so let me just get that water while I can. And now we're just going to kind of just slowly put this into place. Sometimes these manufacturers cut these things a little too large, and they do it on purpose, so that you can tuck it. So I'm going to grab my Platinum Easy Reach, and that's going to allow me to create space so I can tuck everything in. And now we're going to start shifting everything downward. See what I mean? This is, I was talking about how it's a good anchor point. Because sometimes it gets stuck. Okay, so I have the front aligned up pretty well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually let it hang a little bit, because we're going to shave this. So there we go. So we're going to let that line up, let this line up, and then in the front end here, we'll trim. So here's good. And once we get to there, this is where we get a problem. So we'll leave it like that. I'll show you how we shave things and make things look clean. So we're good. Let's go ahead and just start at this point, squeegee outward. Now here, remember I pocket shrank, because you can see we got some fingers, but we don't have many fingers. The reason being is because we shrunk it all, pre-shrunk it. And now we shrink outward and downward, ensuring that we get all that moisture out. Oh yeah. And sometimes you're going to get stuck there. Just grab your tools. All the right tools you need. For me, I need the Platinum Easy Reach. Or sorry, the Yellow Conqueror. And now we're just going to make sure we squeegee everything out properly. We're getting one of these problems. It happens. Just make sure you have plenty of water. I don't want to hit this. But yeah, just bring that upward. It's just fighting you, so just bring it upward. There we go. Moisture's trapped in there, that's why it's doing that. So we're going to do that. Try to grab that moisture before it drips back down. There we go. And now we got a bit of a problem down here, and that's okay. We're going to resolve that. find out what the problem is first. I think it's pushing back, so we've got to let it push with us rather than against us. Okay, so that's okay. Now we can go over this side and do the same thing. It looks like we're getting fingers at the bottom, so what we're going to do is we're going to start at the bottom. It's probably just because it's not sitting properly. So there you go. That's set. Now we can go and shrink this all out. Oh yeah, so this here, it's a new roll. So that's just the tape from the manufacturers. That's on the outside here, so that can easily be removed. So we can leave it there for now. Once everything's set and we're cleaning everything up, we can remove that. So yeah, there's no need to be alarmed or anything. All part of the game. So we got fingers here because we have it's overcut on this side, and that's fine. Let's go ahead and trim some of that off now. So what we want to do So what we got to do is try to collect as much of that as we can. I'm just putting the towel over top. We're not pushing down on this. We're just really just trying to get this to dry up. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to grab our file. Wrong file. This is the right file. We're going to just double check everything. Okay, so we got a bit there to cut. We're good here, and then we get to there, and we have a problem. Okay, let me show you how we fix these problems. We're going to go here and just, we're going up and out. Look at that. See, now I cut it nice and flush. And now what we actually can do is we can just push this up and out. And now this shouldn't come back down because now it's right to the edge. Okay. Let's continue to do the rest of this now. Gently just, if you want, you can even do it with two hands. Have one here, one there. And you just kind of just like going over top of it like so. And you're not damaging the glass. You're just removing the excess tint. It's the tint that's getting damaged. It's this part, not this part. Take a break here and just gonna push all these out. Make sure the install is nice and clean. Take your time, get this right. It's not a race. Some people race through this stuff. It's not a race, people. Okay, so have a look at that. Feel it with your finger. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. Now, same thing. Just keep going. Utilize the entire file. By having your finger back here, you're actually protecting it from hitting the glass. And then this here just protects in case you hit something. This is just actually for better control. Okay, so I'm just going to pull that back. And again, we're going to go over top of that. Now, it doesn't have to be this side. I mean, I could have done it where I'm shaving on this side, right? But it really doesn't make a difference. It's all about the end result, and this end result is a nice smooth. Ooh, that's smooth, very smooth. Smooth as a baby's behind, right? It's weird that that's a saying, meanwhile, like, it sounds very pedophile-like, you know? It's like, oh no. Anywho. There we go. We got that last bit off there. I'm just going to put this down here for a moment. And we're just going to go over this one last time. Ensure those corners are looking good, and they are looking good. They're looking fantastic. Magnifique. Now that that's done, we can go and just make sure I don't hit you guys. We're gonna file this side now. So it was right here or so. Gotta be very careful in that corner because it's underneath it. But I think we're good. It's really hard to tell, to be honest. Can I pop this off, perhaps? No. Yeah, better I don't risk that. So let's just have a look here, shall we? I think we're okay. So now we got a finger here because of it not being set at the edge. And now, look at that. Nice and smooth. Okay, so now we let this sit the way it is so that it can dry. And remember, it shifts. We'll come back, we'll clean everything up. We'll even clean all that and all that stuff. I'll make it look beautiful. Okay, like remember I said, I have a water or an air gun. Actually, while we're here, yeah, let's just clean it all up. We're here already. So yeah, here we go. Okay, that excess water is out of it. See, I mean, it's very minimal water that comes in here. A little bit there. Okay, we are done. Now we go onto the driver's side and do the exact same thing. But actually what we gotta do is we gotta clean everything up. So let's clean the window. Can I get this stuff off here? If not, I'm gonna get some rubbing alcohol and just rub that off. Nope, it's coming off. 3M's got a good layer. So their tape just comes right off. If it wasn't gonna come off, I get some 99% isopropyl alcohol. And that removes adhesives very well. There we go. Go to the other side. I'm just going to clean all that off. Keep the car looking nice and clean. Oh, I see an imperfection in the paint. Uh-oh. That's not a tint problem. That's a Chevrolet problem. In fact, there's waxes and stuff up the top here. I think this is from when it came from the manufacturer, you know? By the way, it's nice and clean now. Got a little bit of water here. I like to keep the car nice and clean. Oh, we got an imperfection here. Nope, that's just, oh, it's like sap. No, you can't have a sap on that car. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna let that sit for a moment. Grab your tools out of the car. Yeah, we're gonna let that sit. So now let's go back to the driver's side, do the same thing. I'm gonna grab my pick tool while I'm at it, because I'm gonna show you guys what I was talking about when it comes to rigging the door. So, we're back over here on the driver's side. Can you guys see this here? That's what I'm talking about. Usually it's in the door, but this one is right here. So we're just gonna do that, and that locks the door in place, or the window in place. So now it's almost as if the window is closed, or the door's closed, sorry. All right. If I put you guys like this, does that work? I think so. I'm gonna go to the computer for a moment. We're gonna double check and see if anyone's here. Nobody is here, and that's fine. Oh man, I'm getting tired, but it's fine. We got work to do. We're almost finished. This is a beautiful car. In fact, actually, let me just take a moment. I'm gonna look at my phone here, see if any clients have messaged me. Okay, so we'll let that sit. Okay, I got the tools, I got the camera here, everything's here. I just got to make sure I got room to get in and out. Maybe do that. Okay. Okay. Oh, let me sit my big butt down. Oh, look, I can see myself. So we're gonna get the razor blade. We're gonna get the same tools. Put my towel in there. Get your other towel to keep things dry. And get a razor blade. So we have a sticker here. Stickers are bad. When the tint goes on top of that, this sticker, just like the stamps or the dot matrices, it's pushing the tint away. So what happens is, it'll look smooth here, it'll look smooth here, but that line will be right around there. Some people don't really care. They're like, that's fine. But when you're a perfectionist, you got to do it right. You got to get rid of it. The sticker is only telling you that you have OnStar and you have Wi-Fi. It's a Chevrolet. That's pretty standard. So, yeah. So we're just going to clean that up. And now we're going to clean the entire glass. So we can even just do this as a precautionary measure to keep things dry. Should get the rest of it wet too, right? Okay, so now that's set. And now I'm going to do that. And we're going to clean this up. Now, unfortunately, when you're live on YouTube, sometimes things come awry. Like, for example, I got to go to the bathroom. I got to go take a leak. And, I'm obviously not going to bring the camera with me. It's not that kind of show. Definitely not bringing the microphone with me. So once I finish cleaning the glass here, I'm going to hit the can, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to wipe this down. Okay, we'll come back and we'll finish the rest. Give me a moment, please. Nice. Yeah, microphone will stay here. Give me a second, guys. You gals. Anyone watching? I can't hear you, so. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Mic is pinned back to me, and yeah, what can I say? We're back in, ready to go. Try to grab a glass of water too. We have water in the shop for clients, drinking water, free of course. You're in here, you want some water, help yourself. Yeah, and for me here in this area of the shop, we use distilled water. You may not be able to see it, but I have a watering station over there. Provides me distilled water so we can ensure a nice clean installation. That's what you want in the shop. Clean installs, best way. You gotta have a clean shop and you have to have clean water. So, and now get rid of that excess drip. There we go. There's still some at the top there. Probably because we're going against it. Oh, they're playing Mammoth now. They added the new song, The Spell. Such a good tune. We can work this out. Now that bass line. Mammoth is incredibly talented. Sorry, Wolf Van Halen is incredibly talented. Honestly, he should be performing at the Super Bowl, not Bad Bunny. That Bunny, I'm sorry, Bad Bunny, you're not talented. There's nothing about you that makes you incredibly unique. You're just like all the other people in your industry. And sure, Wolf is just like everyone else in his industry, but those guys have talent. Then again, I don't know. Maybe Bad Bunny can rip a guitar and play. So maybe I shouldn't judge. Either way, grabbing my contour. Gonna push that in there. We're gonna get the gaskets all cleaned up and soaked, saturated. A lot of doors opening and closing out there. All because of Dietrich's Meat Market. See, they got their turkeys and everything because it's Thanksgiving. So everyone's buying turkey, getting ready. I think I hit this by accident. I'm not sure. Grab the tint now. I'm bringing it back to the car. Oh, we got some tea party. 'Cause the writing's on the wall. Okay. Now we're just gonna get this into place. Grab one of your tools and start getting it in there. Everybody's got to finesse that in there. There we go. Oh yeah, sometimes it's a fight. Sometimes, not all the time. For the most part, everything just goes right. Ooh, right in the place. That's gotta hurt. Ooh, right underneath the nail. Yep, sometimes we're just fighting. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to just grab and we're going to spray some water down. Find a spot that's lifted. Huh, nowhere's lifted. So we do that. And we're doing that just to kind of soak it up, lube it up in a sense, so that it can slide. Okay. So you're trying to get it in the right place, and sometimes it just doesn't want to cooperate. Even though we sprayed a ton of water in there. Where's my water? There we go. Now by force, it's in there. Okay. Go ahead and shrink this all out. Squeegee it all out, sorry. A little flustered after all that. It shouldn't have been that way. And see, it's still being a noob. So yeah, we're just trying to get the bottom part flat. That way we can just start squeezing everything downward. So, because if we have fingers at the top, we can fix them. Fingers at the bottom, can't really fix those. Not from this angle. So I'm shrinking that down, squeegeeing that down. I'm going to squeegee this way. I guess this one will need a little more shrinking. Okay, so this being this way. See, this is why you gotta work on the fly sometimes. So let's just get rid of that now. There we go. Okay, now right here. Okay. Onward and upward, continue. Squeegee it all out. Sometimes life throws you a curveball or a very curved window like this. So you do what you got to do. You roll with those punches. You make it work, right? And right now we're getting definitely a major problem. Sometimes if you get into a situation like this, it's best just to cut out a whole new piece and re-shrink it. We will venture that when we get to it. Right now I think we can keep going. Yeah, I'm not too happy. I'm just going to re-shrink this entire thing, which means more material being used, and that's fine. So let's just go ahead and remove that. But you know something? It's better I do that than try to just, mess with it, because a lot of people will do that. So I'm going to keep the camera right here, and we're just going to talk while we do everything. So we're going to turn this back on, and we're going to start cutting out another piece. So yeah, we're at the machine. We're just going to cut this out one more time. Just realized something. We're going to just add a little bit of that to it. Try that one more time. Okay. Go ahead and what happened? Sometimes things happen. We're going to do it again. Okay, so set up the plotter one more time on the software. Cut. Okay. With that cut out and ready, we can try again. So I'm off camera right now, but I am cutting the tint out as fast as possible so we can get back to this. War Pigs is on now, nice. Aussie forever. Okay, tint is cut out. Now we shrink it. Okay, so Tint is cut out, ready. Now I just got my heat gun and shrink it all out. This time we're gonna do something a little different. In fact, I am going to turn the camera over this one. We're going to show you that we're going to shrink this a little differently. We're going to be a little more aggressive. So I'm going to grab this corner, I'm going to pick that up, and we're going to start getting that to curve. Oh yeah. Let's go to the other side and do the same thing. Because I can see the top of the glass is actually more curved than the bottom, but that's fine. Look at that now. So we're trying to get the smile at us. What is it that the next generation is saying that's passive aggressive? The thumbs up? Smiling would be a big passive aggressive feel for them. Next one. Okay. Okay. We are very shrunk now. If this doesn't work, then may God have mercy on us all. Okay, so now we grab the excess and we're going to pick that. Okay. Let's see if it actually cut deep enough. It did. So as you can just pick it and just pull it. Sometimes you're not lucky enough. Oh, we are lucky enough. Okay. Let me grab my water. Okay. So that is mounted and ready for me to grab when I need to install it. Back over to the glass. Okay. Now that we're here. So yeah, as you can tell, if problems awry, we're not going to try to cheat and try to get away with something because it saves material, it saves time, it saves costs and this and that. You know, for me, it's you got to do it right. And sometimes mistakes happen. We're humans, right? So you go and resolve it. So I cut out a new piece. We're going to shrunk it again. We're going to reinstall it. Life continues on, right? I don't need to cheat you. Trust me, there are a lot of cheaters out there. Can't be trusted. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, cheaters don't prosper. This is why I survived the pandemic as a one-man operation. I don't have family money. I don't have investors. This business has grown because of all of you that have come into the shop. Nobody believes in me, but I believe in me. And I made this all work. I built a great reputation. And it's because of things like this, you know? You take care of the people. You become an honest window tinter, an honest installer, and all of a sudden you're like, you know, you're loved by everybody. You don't just do good installs, you do good everything, right? I'm not just a window tinter, I'm a paint protection film installer, I'm a decal installer, a car audio installer, dash cam installer. I install a lot of things for you guys, so. Okay, so saturating the window again, getting my yellow Conqueror, and just getting in there. See how it's tight there? It's tight there for a reason. So I'm going to get my tool in there and just kind of just feed it in there, spray, and so on and so forth. Sometimes even this helps. Yeah. Get your fingers wet and just kind of just let the water drip in those gaskets. Let's grab the window tint. There's a piece I had to trim off, but I trimmed it off. Now I'm going to bring this piece to the glass. Okay, so we're going to bring this down to the bottom. And we're going to do the same thing. So it's not cooperating there again. Sometimes it's just that tight. So we're not going to force this one anymore. Oh, look at that. That did help. Tragically, hip's on now. I left your house this morning. It was a little after 9. It was in Bobcaygeon where I saw the constellation. I know I don't sing like Gord Downie. Hey, I'm no Gord Downie. I'm not going to try to be. But I like that position. I like it a lot. So, let's see if we can just kind of flatten this into place here. It's going to be very, very gentle. We're kind of just letting it cooperate, letting it flow, letting it get in the right spot. Okay. There we go. We squeegee it all out. So follow along with the towel because it helps dry things up so that your towel gets a little soaked. Go ahead and just wring that out a bit. Yeah, that definitely helped. Now we got these little fingers at the bottom that we got to get rid of. Not difficult, so we're going to start on this side and just pull it down this way. Oh yeah. Then we'll do the same thing. Come down that way. I'm going to slowly push all this out. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so we got a little bit up top here, a little bit there, yeah, maybe a little bit there. Let's give it one more spray and one more squeegee. Okay. boiling in here. I don't have temperature control in this shop. I don't have AC, I don't have heat. I have heat for the winter, but it's fall now, but it's still warm out. When you have that door closed, it gets hot in here. You have to keep the door closed because if not, dust gets flying around from outside and comes into your shop. It's never good. Let's grab our file and let's start here. There we go. So that side's fixed. It feels like this needs a little bit of love too, so. Sorry if my head's in the way. You know, I'm a tinter, I kind of got to get in there. Nirvana. There we go. Very little room in there, but I got it. That's nice and smooth now. So is that, so is that. And right down there it's not. Okay. Eventually that's going to stay put. For now it's being a jerk, and that's fine. Now we're going to scrape this area. Okay, we're done. Go ahead and just squeegee all that out. There we go. And looks, that's not coming back either. That's good. Let that dry up. Okay, now we let that sit. The reason being, we're going back to the window in the back here. It's a beautiful looking window. I'm going to come back here, put you guys in a good spot, and let's lock you guys up in top here again. Okay, so from this angle you actually can see the glass. You can see my heat elements there. That's for displays I'm building, or I was building. And there we go. Are we even level? There, we're level. So yeah, here we are. What we're going to do now is just install the back window. So let's get this piece off, get it to the glass. Nice and easy. We're going to bring it over to the glass board. I still have my water here, so I'm going to grab it. I'm using my lips. Just holding on to that. Just a temporary thing so that I can spray. I don't have forearms like Goro, which would be kind of cool, but I tell you, one day as a society, we're gonna you know, and grow another arm. It's going to be our texting hand, right? The arms are going to come out so we can text and do whatever while we still can drive, while we still can go for a walk, do this and do that. Cooking eggs or something, we still have our hands to text, right? You know, that's going to be our society in the future, probably. Probably not in my lifetime. I'm probably dead by the time that happens. But I can see society being like cyberpunk. See, look at that. Listen to that. My alarm went off. That's okay. So look at that. It's actually cutting very nicely. Sometimes you actually get a nice plotter day. That was a good plotter cut. That's the one I cut prior to turning the camera on. Yep, that's how it's going to be sometimes. So we're going to spray this, and we're going to just flip it around. Now, I got it set up so this is the top of the glass, right here, and then here is the bottom of the glass. It's done like that for a specific reason. Right now, the glass is this way. When we go and lift this up, it's going to be up this way, right? So the bottom will be here, or sorry, the top will be at the bottom. The bottom will be at the top. So I set it up that way, so when we do a reverse roll, which you'll see in a minute, you roll it up, you come in here, and you roll it out in reverse, and all is good. Somebody is backing up. I got to refill this anyway, so I'm stepping away. You probably still can see me on camera, but I got to get some water for this. Let me just double check what's going on here. Yeah, the neighbors are done for the day. I like to be done for the day. But I won't be for another 20 minutes. So if you can see me, if I'm not John Cena and you can see me, I'm over here at the my watering station. It's just a water cooler with a water tub here. Ugh, I'm very low on water. In fact, I'm out. So whatever's in the reserve is all that's left. Let's hope I can get one more bottle out of this. Does it sound like I'm peeing? Maybe I get the microphone closer. The slowest stream. Prostate problems, right? Okay, so we did get enough water. So yeah, that's officially done. I gotta go to the store and buy some more water. Like I say, I like to keep nice clean water in the shop for drinking and for the work we do. Okay, so we got 1 and 2. I'll leave 2 capfuls, as some people say, extra gravy. Shout out to my man Tiano. Tiano Allen, ladies and gentlemen. He trained me with paint protection film. He's been one of my reps, and you know, one of the guys there at Eastman at Suntech who would help me. Now he's on the road. Now he's training. He's in shops. He's doing all kinds of different things. He's really moved up in the world. Good for him. He definitely deserves it. Hardworking man. So yeah, here we go. So I'm set up. I'm ready to go. I got my new. Oh shoot! And that is the last thing you want to do because you never know, things break. In fact, I'm going to wipe this down in case I did something. Give me a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're set. We're ready. Give it a quick shake. Give it a spray. Making sure it works, that's all. So now we're gonna hop into the vehicle. So what I mean is we are literally going to hop into the vehicle. So first thing we're gonna do is just get this stuff out of the way. Oh, that's dust flying. We're gonna just set this aside. Put it right here. Okay, can you see this? See if I go like that. Maybe if I come back here. Yeah. Okay, so you can see the tint, you can see the glass, you can see it all. So let's do it. First thing I'm gonna do is just gonna make some space here for me. There's a mask here, a California duster. Yep, sounds like a Corvette guy. You gotta keep things nice and clean. I don't know how many Corvettes come to the shop for tints, for PPF, for car audio especially. That's a big thing. I do a lot of Corvette audio. And yeah, what can I say? These clients, essentially the same. You know, they take care of these Corvettes. How can you not? You know what I mean? If you're not taking care of your Corvette, get out of here. So anyway, it looks like we're good to do this install. It's exactly like the Volt I did yesterday. Except this car is no Volt. No way. So what we're going to do is, just to make my life a little easier, I'm going to get my scrub pad. I'm going to get my bulldozer. And I'm going to get some other tools that I'll be needing to get the install done. Okay. Shoot. Okay, so that can go there. I'm going to stick this underneath. And I think that's it. So what we're going to do first, save some trips and all that. I'm going to spray the tint and we're going to jump in the car. So right now we're just going to wipe the outside, make sure it's nice and clean. Okay. And now we spray it and we're going to pick and peel back. We're going to go about halfway, maybe a little more than halfway. We're spraying the liner too because, you know, dust and stack electricity and all that. You want to spray both sides to make sure everything's nice and clean. Okay, now we're going to do what we call the reverse roll. We're going to roll from the end position, and we're going to roll towards the start position. From that, we're going to unroll at the start position and stop the roll at the end position. That's the idea. Reverse roll, right? So here we're at the top. This is the bottom, actually. And now they get in the car safely. Let's try this. And I'm going to do this in a clean way. I'm going to take my shoes off. Okay. I have to actually get in this car and be safe, and the car be safe, and all this and all that. Ooh. Okay. All right, I am in. Or as they were saying in Frasier the other day. So, are you in? I'm in. Frasier and some French girl. Camembert, Roquefort, Reblochon. Oh, I left my towel over there. I gotta get back out, ladies and germs. Oh, this really bites. Okay. I'm trying to minimize the amount of time it's going to get in and out. Okay. Okay, we're good. Where's the roll? Here's the roll. Okay, so we're going to place that there. A nice safe spot. I'm leaning against plastic. We are good. Go ahead and spray all that. And we're going to get our, shoot, where is it? I'm probably sitting on it, aren't I? Yeah, there it is. I know they say you should have an apron. The apron gets stuck and it just hits you. It's kind of annoying. Okay, so we got that set up. We're gonna wipe down the edges. And I'm gonna wipe down one side of the towel. Grab my bulldozer, start from the bottom. And we're gonna pull all this dirt and soapy water off to the side here. Pull that back. Oh yeah. And now we got this side to dry up. So let's go do that. And then we just bring any of that dirt downward. Okay. We're cleaning things as we go. Okay. Now let's spray outward, pushing everything out, right? Same thing over here. Push everything outward. So we're just being liberal here, spraying as much water, and then we're grabbing our film, and we're reverse rolling it. So we're going to start at the top, which is the bottom, and we're going to just set that in place. Oh yeah. And we're going to flip that up. You could start peeling this, but I'd rather leave it on for now. Reason being, it will start to move on you. Gravity will come and start pulling this down, and it'll start pulling this back on you. You don't want that. So go ahead and just get that all slid out. Toss that. And now we're going to start pulling this back a bit. Reason being is we're going to just slide this into place, like so. And then when we do that, we're going to do the same thing on this side. Just start pushing everything into place. Be very gentle, because this side could stick. See, like so? So you're going to lift that up and just let it just kind of just finesse itself right into place. Okay, there we go. So we're good. Check your corners, check your edges, make sure there's no gaps. We are good. We are good, ladies and gents. Spray the outside. This don't need to be liberal. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change my positioning here. Oh, my leg. Holy. Okay. People ask sometimes, why is it so expensive to do these smaller cars and whatever? Look how much for contorting. This is what you're paying for. You're not paying for the tint, you're paying for the material, you're paying for the labor, you're paying for the workmanship, you're paying for the installer, you know what I mean? So we're just going to keep squeegeeing outward, bringing everything down and out. The hardest button to button is on now. There we go. Like one more. I'm going to wipe all that down. It's no different if you wash your car by hand. Water drips down, it goes into the crevices, it drips to the ground. I mean, it's expected you're giving this car a hand wash, so water is expected to be used. So this car is going to stay dry for life. The hardest button to button. I wonder where they got that inspiration from. Maybe they had this suit jacket that just, they could never button up. It drove them mad. Who knows? Now we'll go over this one more time, spray this all, and squeegee outward. We got all, see, I assume I had stuff up here just because of gravity. You know, you have water dripping downward, and sometimes it gets caught. But this is why we do these certain things, to ensure we get a nice clean installation. And that's so good, wow. 3M, you are great. You do great stuff. What can I say? Suntech turns their backs on me. I'm glad 3M's there. Okay, there we go. Let's give this a quick dry. Hottest button to butt. Oh man, very lazy kind of song, but it's really good. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, boom, 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 da-na-na-na, boom, 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 da-na-na-na, boom, 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 da-na-na-na. Yeah, you get it. Da-na-na-na, the hottest button to button, uh-oh. Maybe I'll sing that to my son tonight. I sing songs with my kid at nighttime. Helps him go to bed. It's my soft baritone, even though my baritone ain't anything special. But hey, it makes him feel safe. Sometimes kids need that safe space with their parents. And I'm glad I'm my kid's safe space sometimes. You know, kids are when they're 2 years old. They need mommy, but there are times when they need daddy too, so. Oh yeah, Even Flow, good song. 97.7, you guys rock. Okay, so we're done. I see one spot here and one spot, oh, that spot's gone. So I see one spot here, we're gonna fix that, and then we're gonna close this up. What it is, it's a finger. A finger's popping, you probably can't see it on camera, but it's not settling. So I'm gonna get the heat gun on it and just push it down, always good. But let's make sure we're clean here, and we are clean. Yeah, okay, so this is the outside that's dirty. Grab my tools. Ugh. If I didn't know any better, I swear he was trying to moon us. Don't worry, I'm not gonna moon you. This ass ain't appealing at all. All right, let me get out of the car. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a pain. Oh, the legs burn. Okay, let's grab all my stuff. Can I reach that? Yeah, okay. Okay, so water did drip down a little bit here, that's fine. Let's go and do this. Quick cleanups here and there. I do notice, though, there's a finger. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I was crazy. I guess I'm crazy. What about a second opinion? You're all so lazy. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas, do-do-do-do. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Can I play the piano anymore? Of course you can. Well, I couldn't before. The Simpsons are so great. What is your favorite Simpsons episode, ladies and gentlemen? And are you like me, where you enjoyed the golden era? You know, the original 8 to 10 seasons? Or are you the new age world where it's like, yeah, the Simpsons are great, the old ones stink? I hope you're not that guy. But I mean, hey, you have every right to be. I personally don't like the newer episodes. But if you're the kind of person that likes the new episodes, all power to you. Okay, so getting my hand in there. I see a finger there. We're going to fix that. And we had a finger here. See, the reason why we leave it is because now it has some time to dry. So now I just let it sit, let it do its thing. Get my hand up there. And look at that. That's beautiful. Now, let's bring you guys over here. Let me get the stuff over here. Free my hands. Because we are done. What we have to do first, though, is finalize everything. So, we're going to bring this over here. We'll leave the height for a moment. I'm going to show you that we're going to unrig it now. And we're going to just double check everything. I'm going to run my fingers over the top here. Yeah, that's a nice cut. And then we're just going to press that button and just drop it down. But boom, nothing happened. We let it sit for a bit. If we did this right away after the installation, what happens is it has a good chance of picking back. Sometimes the thing just pushes it forward, or it's going to get caught and pick back, or it could just create air and you have a little bit of bubbles at the bottom. You know, anything can happen with that. That's why you want to wait. Let it dry up a bit. But now that it's closed, we can just do that. Beautiful. In fact, I'm noticing some fingers. Since they had time to dry, we have time to fix. I guess there's no point in this. You can't see it. That's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm jumping into the driver's seat. And we're going to, hey guys and gals, we're going to come in here and we're going to squeegee that down. See, I think it just popped up. Just because. There we go. Looking good. One spot there. There we go. Looking good. And now we'll come over to this side and do the same thing. Okay. Okay, let's go back over here. What we're going to do now is put everything back to where we had it. So all his stuff was over here, and we're going to put exactly where it was. Right in the middle. That's exactly where it was. That's exactly where we're going to put it. Let's close up shop here, though. Oh, hold on a moment. I totally forgot about that. We're going to do that first. Let's grab our heat gun. And what we're going to do is we're going to heat the outer glass. Okay, there we go. We're going to heat the outer glass and we're going to start pushing all this out. Looks good. Go to the other side, double check. Actually, this side does look good, except for one spot over here. That was good. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are finished. Oh, I just sacked myself with that thing. It popped up and hit me in the groin. Oh, football in the groin. Had a football in the groin there. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, it's showing that I'm still live, I believe. Am I still live? Stop streaming? Yeah, I'm still on. Well, ladies and gents, let's close the next door. Oh, man, my balls. Okay, so yeah, that's been taken care of. We'll close this up. Looks good. I'm going to clean the glass now. Oh, now we got that coming back. That means we can open this up and fix that later. Go that side after. Oh yeah. Oh no. It's the ghost host with Joey Bricks. I can't text in because I'm busy working. Sorry, Joey. I can't be part of this today. It's a fun segment. Joey has you text in questions and he'll talk to you. Joey's a pretty chill guy for what it seems. Okay, so it looks like we're done here. Okay, so we are done. Now he's got to fix those things like I was talking about. Since they're still there, this is what we're going to do to fix it. Warm up the heat gun. Okay, and where did I put my tool? Open up the trunk. Oh yeah, look at all that water drip down. Yep, that's fine because Rico's dripping right in there. Okay. We'll wipe that all down. So this is exactly why we do all these things. So we're gonna go in there and heat that up. Heat up the glass, just push this out. Sometimes holding it in place helps too. The reason this is happening is the dot matrix is doing this. So by adding heat, we're allowing it to evaporate the water faster. Sometimes shit's gonna happen and this is gonna be this way. But you gotta know what you gotta do when it happens. Kind of like a hockey game, you know? Some guy's coming at you, he's about to check you. You kind of got to know what you got to do in that situation. Okay, just let him whoop you. Especially if you're the likes of Matthew Tkachuk or Brady Tkachuk. Can't have them whooping you. Oh, I got to get this over here, come on. There we go. And then the same thing, we are going to there we go, that looks good. Let's go ahead and wipe everything down. Yep, everything looks good. Nothing really dripped down there. Let's do this one more time. Check everything, and everything looks great. Everything looks beautiful. Can you see from that side? Let me see. Well, you can, but for the sake of... Oh yeah, I can't wait till I get a bigger and better shop. There's people coming to look at my shop right now while I'm still in here. Doesn't make me comfortable. Anyway, so let's unrig this one. Same thing. Let's hit the button. push the button. No? There we go. See, that's why you gotta be careful. Be nice and gentle. Because it hit the top there. If I went and slammed the door, that would have been damage. Whether to the trim here, whether to the glass, you always gotta be careful. So, yeah, we're good. Always gotta be careful. We're gonna clean the outside of the glass here. That is, could do the wet cloth, dry cloth method. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Outside looks good. I didn't clean the outside of that window over there, so I'm gonna go redo that. I did notice something here I gotta fix real quick. Okay, so that issue that I think was there, is still there apparently. We're getting a snag over there, ladies and gentlemen. There's something happening. Let's go ahead and fix that. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I am on line still. You can hear my heat gun. Not really talking, I'm just focused. This live stream's gotten longer than it's supposed to be. That's okay. I'm hungry, I'm boiling, I'm tired. And I'm getting over a cold. And I'm waking up much earlier now because my son has started daycare, so I'm tired. I'm just trying to focus on the business and trying to do everything. Like I said, this is supposed to be done already. Okay, that looks good. Okay. Looks like we're done. So, okay, again, close the door slowly. Yep. And let's call that a complete job. Okay, I'm gonna get everything out of the way. Let's walk around real quick and take a look. Let's drop you down here. The anthem of the year 2000 has been added. Nice. So yeah, there's the back window. It looks great. If we lift this up one more time and have a look from the inside, a little extra of that water drips out perfect. Get rid of that. Great looking tint. Like I said, let me wipe this down one last time. There we go. Make it up for you in the year 2000. Sick tune. All right, that's done. And look at that, it just grabs it, pulls it down, you know it's good. Don't need to slam it or anything like that. So yeah, back window looks fantastic. Let me bring you over to the passenger side. And that looks beautiful. We'll open the door. Since things have been sitting for a while, it's dry. Ugh, I can't get low enough unless I do this. Tripod's too tall, and I don't have time to really lift. Maybe I will. One-man production crew. So one man for everything. Now I got some more room. Let's see here. So yeah, a nice clean cut. Whoa, whoa. A nice clean cut installation there. I'll close the door, get a little closer in there. From here to appear to be tied, but I'll go in for a closer look. Under closer inspection, these are loafers. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, that's from The Simpsons. That's Rainier Wolfcastle, who is pretty much the Arnold Schwarzenegger of the Simpsons world. Do funny stuff. Let's open this side now. Same idea, beautiful looking tint. And then the sides. Beautiful. Beautiful tint, beautiful car, a beautiful install. And yeah, there we are. I'm going to put this down here. Let's raise this up. Yeah, you can see the wire in it. Have to pull around with me to make this a reality. Oh, we got a comment, number one comment, our first one. Great job, looks awesome, from Venom in Your Eye. Thank you, Venom in Your Eye, I appreciate it. Now, how do I message back? All part of the learning process. Let's see, how do I? Can I not respond? So I don't know why I'm not allowed to message back. Maybe it's a Streamlabs thing, maybe it's not. But that's okay. Ladies and gents, we are finished. The car is done. I'm going to call the client in a moment and have them come pick it up. So with that all said and done, I want to take a moment just to say thank you for taking the time to watch this, for tuning in and supporting me, and for everything. Because I don't come from family money. I don't come from mass credit cards and mass amounts of funding from whoever. There's nobody investing in me. It's literally the investments come from all you folks that come with your vehicles to get work done by me. That is how I grow. It's been the way since 2016. Back when I was the only shop in town. And now we've grown, and now the pandemic has hit, and it's passed. A lot of time during that pandemic for people to sit down and study. A lot of people are learning window tint. How? YouTube. Yeah, back when I learned the tint, there was no YouTube to teach you. You had videos of people doing a tint. I remember seeing a guy tinting a Mustang GT within like 20 minutes. And then he'd rip right through it, hand cut and all this. He did it in a underground parking lot. It was very weird, but either way, he did it. And it's like, how does that teach you how to tint? You know what I mean? Today we have so many different how-tos, DIYs, this is how it's done, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, I didn't have that luxury. I actually had to learn. Figure it out for yourself kind of thing, and I did. I figured it out. Fortunately, we had forums and all these kind of things I could read, I could learn. But I didn't have YouTube. Today, you have so many YouTube videos showing you all this stuff, and now I'm one of them. I got a video up there. I think it's okay. I mean, it's just a start. We're practicing, we're figuring it out. You do one thing, the next time you do it, the next time you do it again and again and again, and then eventually you're going to get it right. Eventually you're going to get used to it, and eventually things are just going to sound good and look good, and production gets better. So, first one's done. On to the next. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, do all those things you got to do to help support me. Throw a 5-star review if you can on Google. Help me out. Anything you can do to help me grow, I appreciate it. Remember, no family money. No investors, just all of you. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, my friends.